welcome back to the Running Trucker. So this morning we are in Hull, and it's been a bit of a miserable morning, to be fair. Started at 6 o'clock, it's now 9 o'clock, so there's been a bit of traffic on the M62, mainly I'm assuming because of the rain. A lot of people slowing down and stopping, and a lot of people unfortunately drive like absolute idiots in the rain. They just have to put the foot down and hammer it in the rain. Some people do that. Some people have the opposite effect where they go very, very slowly, and there's a mixture of slowing fast. And anyway, we've made it without crashing or any other incidents. He says. Not quite there yet, there's still time. But yeah, delivering some coils over to Goole. Sorry, did I say Hull before? Yeah, we're in Goole. It's on the way to Hull. But it's nowhere near. So yeah, I'm in Goole dropping coils off. Then we're going over to Leeds later on today, this morning. So yeah, hope everyone's well. Yeah, last video I got quite a lot of views compared to my other videos. I think it was mainly because about the complaints that I received. Like I said, there's no repercussions on Stobart's side of things. I've spoke to management about other issues, and nothing's been brought up about that. Coincidentally, I did actually go back to that company yesterday. I was actually planning to record yesterday, but I forgot my microphone because I took it in at the weekend to charge. So it does last quite a bit in between charge. But anyway, I took it home and I forgot. And yeah, like I say, we ended up going to the same company. Nobody said anything. The same gatehouse guy saw me, the same office guy spoke to me. Nothing was said about recording, so I don't know if it's come from the inner offices. Either way, obviously I didn't record in there this time. I did notice a lot of signs up in the depot saying body cam footage being worn, which like the gatehouse was wearing, like the police officers were sometimes. So you see some security staff, which is a bit odd. I don't think that was because of me, to be fair. But yeah, if you're new around here, my name's Andy. I like running, and I'm a trucker. That's why I'm called Running Trucker. I went out for a 10k run the other day. First time I've done 10k for a while, to be fair. Legs are still hurting a bit. But yeah, Class 1 driver for Stobart's. Been so since July 2022. And I've recorded my transition from office worker to HGV driver, so you can watch the full transformation. Just gonna let this pedestrian go. There I go. Nice and wide into this place. Usually in this place, I usually go straight in. But I was told a couple of times ago that I need to go to this office. Like I said, I've been coming in and out of here for a year now. Also recently, every time I've come here, I should have gone into the office. Right, so I'll stop here. I'm going to reverse back a bit. Just give this guy as much room as you can. Right, paperwork put into the office. Well, kind of, they've just approved it and given it back. So we're okay to proceed. Ooh. Looks like there's no other, well, there is no other trucks here. So this is the Goole docks. So the ships can come in underneath these cranes and get containers or these metal rails taken off them. Yeah, so if you've not dealt with curtain siders before, which Stobarts are, the curtains slide up and down. They've got bars attached to each side, front and back. So once you unhook that and the wind gets hold of it, it's like a big sail with a big metal bar at the end of it. So you want to be keeping an eye on that, and hence the hard hat. So yeah, I'm going to get into the back, unstrap, then I'll undo the curtains. That's just the safest way to do it. Right, so we're done. Like I say, undone the straps, then the time lapse that you've just seen. Whilst the time lapse was happening, just nipped the on-site loo. Should be able to open up on their own, these, I think. Yeah, I've only been actually stationary for about 20 minutes. It felt a lot longer when I was waiting for the forklift driver, but yeah, as soon as he came out, he picked 2 up at a time, and away we go. There's only 4 coils. So happy days. We're on our way to Britvic Bramley, which is in Leeds. So let's see. Sometimes it's a trailer swap, sometimes it's a live load. And it's gone very nice. It was absolutely horrendous this morning. That's why I was mentioning about the wind, but as soon as I pulled up, there's no rain clouds at all now. A bit breezy still. But yeah, it's a nice morning now. Yeah, like I was saying earlier about the microphone, I think the reason I brought it up was I did actually start recording yesterday. But because I didn't have the microphone, I thought I'll make do with the built-in microphone, and I know it's a bit grainy and you can hear a lot of the engine noise. And I put up with it for a couple of drops, and then it didn't feel right. So I just abandoned yesterday's recording halfway through the day and just thought, I don't want to just force a video out and it's bad quality audio when I know I can get it better quality, like with the microphone. So yeah. So today's the better quality one, if you're not guessed. Right, so it's going to be 53 minutes apparently. So it's 9:45 now. Right, so we're in Leeds now. I think the area's Bramley, so we're only around the corner from it, really. But yeah, just wanted to. I know it's a bit of a thing that YouTubers do. I don't even mean to do it, but I do want to say thank you to everyone who does watch me on a weekly basis. Sometimes I put like 1 video out a week, might be 2. Rare occasion it might be 3. Indicate right here because I am going right round. This is technically the correct lane. You never know who's going to be judging which lane I'm going to go into. But yeah, I know some YouTubers do it, some don't, but I really do appreciate every one of you who does subscribe, does tune in every video that I do put up there. Because if you didn't, I probably wouldn't continue it. If I didn't get all the likes on there, they don't even mean anything, the likes. It's just a case of a gauge. If I'm doing a video, I'm sorry.
12-foot-6 height restriction in half, a mile on Swinner Road.
We're okay. But it is a gauge, an active gauge, where if a video is a bit rubbish, I'll know people won't like it as much, or sometimes they'll dislike it, which is fine. You can do whichever, because it helps me improve. If a video isn't performing very well. And
12-foot-6 height restriction in a quarter of a mile on Swinner Road.
Yeah, I know. It's telling me about the bridge to the right. I'm not turning right. I'm turning left, but I'm keeping both these lanes just because of the car coming up on the right. And it just stops anyone squeezing up in front of me. Or down the side of me. We're all good there. Lane control, that's what it's called. But yeah, we're well above 2,000 subscribers now. 2,150, I believe, at the time of recording. So yeah, I really do appreciate it. And people who comment as well, reaching out. It is nice to connect with people who are interested. So technically this is a slip road to turn left, but I'm just using the full length of the road. I'm not even sure what time I'm booked in here, to be fair. Hopefully the planners have done a good job and it should be ready for me. But we'll see. Nice and wide here. Right, I thought it was going to be a live load, that, to be fair. You said put them on bay 3. But bay 3 then? Must be dropping the empty on bay 3. Bays 1 to 3, there we go. 1 to 13. Picking up on 14. Right. Usually the drop and swaps here. So we're all learning today. Get around there because I don't want to crash into anyone or anything. So I'm pretty sure if around here, bay 3 is where you live load. Pretty sure. Well, it's a bit of a tight one, this. So we're in this one here. It's not much space, so it needs to be swung around. Right. Hazards on. I'll take my hat off because I don't want it falling out the window. So a bit of a tight one. Be as close as I can to that post without hitting it. Basically, I'm going to keep it, let the trailer do the work, basically. We'll start it off, and it should get tighter. As tight as I want to really get it, really. That. It's the forklift is just driving across me bay. Wait for him to back off now because I don't know where he's gone. Driving back across the bay. Yeah. So the way it swung round is fantastic. So I'm back where I want to be. Straighten it off. Forward a bit because it feels on quite tight back there. Pretty much bob on that. Happy with that. I'll take that all day. Right. So, again, just to reiterate, dropping this here. So I'll drop this empty, and then I'll go around and find bay 14. Happy days. I'm pointing to the wrong screen. Happy days. Right. So I'm disconnected from the trailer. In this site, when you drop it empty, especially live loading like this, just thought this driving past before I pull it forward. But I'm just lowering the suspension down now. You leave it. Well, double check with the forklift drivers, but if you've never been here before, but I have. If you're leaving it for a live load, you leave the curtains pulled back and open. You probably might be able to see. Yeah, you can see there. So they're all back. They're all secured with the straps, so the wind won't take it anywhere. And we are aware. Obviously, once it's loaded, the shunter will then take it where it needs to go. Ready to go. So I'm just going to get under this one. So I'm not going to get under it. I'm just going to back up to it, get out and check everything is okay. So I can't just park it middle of place here. Right, so we're all lined up. I'm just going to get out and check in a couple of seconds. Someone else was asking me the other day, how do I know if it's straight or not? So if you see the edge of the trailer, the edge of my wheel trims, that's how I know I'm going to hit the pin, basically. That's as far as I go back. So the front of the trailer is over my mid-axle. And then I raise the suspension fully. Keep an eye on the trailer. You'll see that raising as well. That's it raising very, very slightly, but you can see it raising, so you know that you're actually lifting it. If it doesn't raise, it means you've not, your pad hasn't touched the bottom of the trailer. Sometimes shunters might leave the trailer higher than you can actually reach, which means you need to lower the legs down. But that's not the case in this one. So we're fully raised, so the legs at the bottom won't be touching the floor. Because you don't want the legs to be touching the floor when you're backing into it, because it might damage the landing legs. So now we can back up. With this sound cancelling mic, you probably won't hear it, but you'll hear two metallic clunks. Next, to do it properly, you put your dog clip in the kingpin. This into this. Perfect. So once that's done, then you should do your tug test So pull it, let the engine just struggle. Yeah, you know it's not going to come out because the trailer brakes are on and you're trying to pull basically that pin out to test it, and it's not going to come off, which it hasn't. Happy days. So I can now connect up all the connections now and we'll be on our way. Uno momento. What I also do, if working in between two trailers, I always just attach one of the clips just so it's not going to billow out if a big gust of wind comes, and same on my side. I'm going to connect them all up obviously, but for the time being, while I'm working here, I'm going to be doing the legs up. That's the last thing I need to do. Well, not the last thing, but that's the next thing I need to do. But last thing you want is one of these swinging open. Even though you get your hard hat on, it's not the point, is it? As well as putting the reg on the back, I will then secure the back pallets, put the straps across. I like to do this before the curtains, just because sometimes you have to feed the straps through. But we'll have a look. Let's have a look. These pallets, yeah, they need securing. Yeah, it's a bit awkward, but I've got two straps. See the green one on the right, black one on the left. I put one down the middle and then wrapped it around the bottom pallet. A bit awkward with being 4 pallets wide, but we'll take it from there. Yeah, so we're all hooked up, curtains are all closed, paperwork received. So now we're on our way to Pontefract, Asda Pontefract Distribution Centre. Never been here before. The Asda, been here lots of times. But yeah, it's just off the just off the A1. So I'll go back on the A. Yeah. Make my way back onto the M62. And then back down the A1. So it looks like there's a bit of traffic en route. It's going to take me 51 minutes from here to there. But I do need to take at least 15-minute break. Get out of here. Yeah, just because I've almost worked 6 hours, so I need to take at least 15 minutes to appease the taco gods. Right, so we're a bit further down the road now. We're on the Rangbrook Lane. Anyway, it doesn't matter where I am. I'm close by to Asda anyway, less than a mile away. I did stop for a full 45 minutes. I could have done 15 and carried on, But while I was at the services, I thought I'd stop for my full dinner. Oh, this is the building here, actually. On the left, past these trees, if you can see it. Again, postcode wasn't much help here. The postcode takes you all the way down there. Let's double check if this is the right way. All vehicles, 10 miles an hour, no smoking on site. Colleagues, horsepower vehicles, lane 2. Supply vehicles, I'm assuming this is it. This is to stop any stopping on the road, blocking the bus lane, or the bus stop, I should say. Not really necessary, but well, not necessary for me now because there's no queue. But yeah, I can drive straight in. Oh, so I think it's like Warrington, so I can just put my code in and it'll tell me where to go. So it must be like a side tip straight ahead. What you must have to do is, I'm going to turn it round and park in between these two trucks here. And hopefully there's some sort of queuing system. It's not good when you see the drivers at side of you in the bunks asleep. Fingers crossed, these have all been tipped. What are the odds? They've all been tipped and they're just having a little rest here. Right, let's go and speak to the office, see what's happening. Right, so yeah, I've just been to see the goods in office. Say it's just unstrapped everything now, so I got there about 1:30, and she said nothing's going to be tipped now until the next shift. It starts at 2:00. That's what it is. I can't really do anything about that. There's no point moaning about it. Anyway, yeah. So there's 3 trucks ahead of me, 2 to my right, snowbats to the left. She basically said come back after 2:00, so basically after she's left. And then speak to the new person and they'll put me onto a bay. The heck is that? Blew over from somewhere. Stick it over here somewhere. Don't know where it's from. The wind's taking it now. Yeah, look like a road sign or something. Just a big circle size. thing. Very odd. Must have blew over from the other side of the yard over there. Right, so we're just on a bay now. So it's just 2:15. So yeah, just undone the curtains and they're going to start unloading me right now. Right, nice and easy on that. Bit of a wait for the shift swap, but it is now it's 2:45. Luckily, positives out of it for me is that 2 of the 3 that were before me, they didn't take the paperwork in until after 2 o'clock. So when I went in to give me paperwork in, I was second in the queue instead of fourth. So that's their fault, I suppose. Yeah, so 2 o'clock came, the Stobart driver jumped out of his truck and went in, and then the forklift came right over to me and said, get on bay 49 to 50, I think it was. It's in between bays. So yeah, yes, no problem at all, sir. And we are away. So yeah, a bit disgruntled drivers. But I don't know why they didn't set the paperwork in as soon as he parked up. It's common sense, but right, so back over to Bramley now for the second time today. There's a bit of traffic going back up the A1, isn't it? Yeah, the A1. But I'll be taking whatever lane is shortest and filtering in where necessary. I'll do. Right, we didn't get far. Yeah, both these lanes are eventually going to go into the left lane. And it's, TomTom says it's a mile long. Only 5 minutes delay. Ideally, I'd like to get in the right-hand lane and go as far forward as I can, because this lane is not moving. There's Mercedes taking his time coming up the road, so I think I'll take advantage. That's how you do it. People behind him now will be screaming. And this is a bit of a difference of opinion between a lot of people. They might moan saying I should move over as soon as I can. No, that's not You can do, if you want to avoid the headache of filtering and getting in. But the only thing you're doing is moving out of the way to let other people do the same. and thankfully no one's holding up, because coming back there was a tanker that decided he was the last person to go in, so he held the traffic up for about half a mile. Well, what you should do is go as far as you can together and then zip in. So about now is a good time to, and again it's 200 yards, but the traffic's moving, the traffic's flowing. So I'll indicate now. But I'm going to go straight over. I'm not going to hold the traffic up. If someone wants to be more brave than me, I'm sure there will be. You can do. There's only that Mercedes that let me out, which is fair enough. And there's literally no one now. Someone's decided to hold the rest of the traffic up behind me, so there's literally no one now for about 400, 500 yards, well, as far as I can see really now around that corner. Beggars belief. And they've been moaning about traffic as well. They're the ones holding it up. And I think it's a HGV looking at lights. Anyway, a little lesson on zipping in. Yeah, I'll catch you in Bramley. Right, so we're back here. Traffic has been a bit of a nightmare. Again, the rain's started quite bad, to be fair. So that slip road I mentioned earlier, I'm going down it. So it's a tight turn. If there's traffic coming down, I'd probably be holding back a bit, but I need to use both sides at the road to get up there. All good. There's a car coming down, but plenty of time. Yeah, just took a turn for the worse. The wind, probably about 5 times worse than it was. Mainly because I'm empty now and there's less weight keeping it down. It is all over the place on the motorway. Top tip as well, if you're driving the motorway in a truck, if you're a new pass. Is my microphone on? Yeah. Don't use your cruise control. Whatever you do, don't use it. Because if you need to slow down, hold off. Cruise control will keep your power on. Right. Let's speak to these guys. While I'm waiting as well, another tip. When you're doing your curtains up, is over tighten them as much as you can. The flatter tight the curtain is, the less bowing it's going to have with the wind. Oh, here we go. I was quite impressed with myself before, by the way, getting it in one in this in that Bay 3. I'll just stay here a minute. Yeah, so let's go for 2 in a row. Hazards on. Out. And it's as tight as I can to that post, if you don't remember. Without hitting it. He's only done it again. He's done it again. Put it forward very slightly. That's not shunt. I'm not taking it as a shunt. Right, hazards off. I'll be pulling the curtains all the way back, obviously disconnecting the trailer, and I'll be going off. I'll see you shortly. And definitely tied back. While I'm driving around, another tip for driving or working in windy conditions. Curtains, yeah, only open them about 5 or 6 clasps at a time, then ruche everything together, then another 5 or 6, ruche everything back even more. Don't undo them all and then start pulling them, because either the wind's going to blow it out and it'll be a big sail, or it'll be pushing it in to the trailer, which causes its own issues then. Either way, you don't want it to be flailing about when people are walking around. You don't know who's going to come around the corner. And there's a curtain with a metal pole flapping about in wind. I've just been caught at back head with a clasp, actually, just doing that, just doing it the safe way. Yeah, look, I've got this on. If it didn't, I'll give it a good whack at back at head. I'm driving around there like I've got trailer on back. So yeah, just be careful of the curtains. Like I said earlier, if you're working in between 2 curtains and the curtains are closed, just fasten one in the middle. So, like I say, it can still whack out and hit you. Just even the bottom, even like the bottom hooks. Sometimes those are quite long. So it's 27, so it's TET 10279. Right, let's get out of here. Seatbelt on. Right. Let's get back to base. It's absolutely wild out here. So, as I said earlier when I come in, I don't know if I rushed to the point or not. If you're driving on the motorway or any road that's high up and exposed, don't have it on cruise control. No matter what, sometimes you might have a KPI on keeping it on cruise control for as long as possible. Ignore that in windy conditions. Just because if you start to get pushed, you just don't need to brake, just ease off the accelerator. Last thing you want is your truck to be pushing you forward when you want to be doing something else. Cargo. So yeah, I hope that's been useful to any new passes. If any older drivers or more experienced drivers want to add anything, please add it to the comments. Yeah, I'm a new driver myself. You know, I'm just over 12 months, maybe year and a half now, maybe. Yeah, I think it's year and a half in start of December, so just under. So yeah, if you want to add anything else to it, I know my front camera is going to go off any minute, but this camera should still face me, even though it's pitch black. But yeah, I think we'll call it quits there. Thanks for watching. I'm going to get back to base at 6 o'clock if anyone's interested, so it's going to be a 12-hour shift. Not too bad. It's 4:30 now, so likelihood is I'll be finishing a bit later, but I'll let you know here. And yeah, I will see you all on the next video.